All right, welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Safety Systems. Folks, if you run a business, listen up, because if you need a first-class security system, if you need an AV system in your conference room, like making a multimedia center, what about fire safety systems, key cards, terrific automation, then call Safety Systems. VFL JJ Surlis is the guy to call. Now, I wouldn't hire VFLs to be my coaches, but I would hire VFL to handle this kind of work for my business. And the one I'd hire would be JJ Surlis. And the folks at Safety Systems, I have used them for years. I can't vouch for them highly enough. Safety Systems. All right, take a look here. These are, right now, the projected portal exits. Some guys already gone. Some guys in the portal may turn around, but right now at quarterback, you've got Hendon Hooker coming in from Virginia Tech. Other guys leaving. Harrison Bailey going to be staying, which looked questionable a few weeks ago, judging his father's Twitter feed, but now he'll be staying, it looks like. Running backs, Chandler to North Carolina. You've lost Eric Gray this week to Oklahoma. Wide receivers and tight ends, you've had 4 that are outgoing in the portal. Brandon Johnson went to Central Florida, as a matter of fact. Interesting. Wonder if he'll turn around and come back. Offensive line, 3 on the way out. Everybody thinks Wanya Morris is going to arrive at Oklahoma. Jimmy?
He is not enrolled at Oklahoma yet, and he's not enrolled anywhere yet. We'll see what happens with him.
It makes you wonder if this is a grade-related issue. Defensive line, 2 on the outward path. People still, it looked like Big Camp Bryant was going to be coming in from Auburn, but that's probably going to ride on Kevin Steele. There are folks at Oklahoma who believe he's going to wind up out there, depending on this whole Steele situation with Tennessee. Linebackers, just tons there. Crouch on the way out, To'o on the way out. Could any of them turn around? Maybe. Defensive back, 2 out, including Key Lawrence. He would be, if Morris goes to Oklahoma, he would be the 3rd guy. Lawrence, Morris, and Gray all to Oklahoma. Guys, talk to me about recruiting, though. Jimmy and Vince, your thoughts. You hire this guy from UCF. He's not known as a spectacular recruiter down there. Your thoughts on where Tennessee sits in terms of recruiting moving forward?
I think it is important for him to do the best job he can recruiting in the state of Tennessee. Look, this state is not like it was 20 years ago. This state, over the last decade or so, has produced more good players than it's ever produced. And Tennessee, because it's been in this slump, has not been able to take advantage of it. But if you get the 12, in my opinion, if you get the 12 or 15 best players in this state, and then you complement it with players from Georgia and Florida and Louisiana and the Carolinas, you can win at a high level. But Tennessee has not done a good job of locking down this state.
Well, here's what you were talking about. Let's go ahead and put this graphic in there. This past signing class, well, next week's signing class, top 15 in the state: Ole Miss, Clemson, Michigan, North Carolina, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Georgia, Ole Miss, Georgia, then Tennessee, Clemson, Vandy, one undecided Missouri. You think Tennessee couldn't use all those guys? So I like the fact there were people that said after Heupel said it that all coaches said they're going to close down the borders. And it's true, most do. Jeremy Pruitt didn't say that. He said we'll go where the talent is, which you look at that list, I don't know that he went where the talent is. He certainly didn't stay in state, though. Vince, your thoughts on recruiting?
Yeah, and Josh Heupel didn't say, well, we're going to lock down the borders and then we're done. Put
right.
Yeah. That's a base. And then, as Jimmy said, the surrounding states, North Carolina and Georgia, and you can go into it and pluck other areas as well to complement and close out that class. But you got to have that base. There's that passion that, long time fans, that's maybe not the case anymore because Tennessee has struggled so much. But you got to get those local guys that fit what you want to do. And then another factor is this 2021 class. It's going to be hard to get somebody before the signing day that's coming up, because he doesn't have a staff working right now.
Oh, right, yeah. Exactly.
And then so you got to work at 2022, which will be an even better, according to analysts, in-state class.
Yeah, I've already seen people. Now, my take last week was go get a guy. It's going to take you forever to recruit. You're not going to out-recruit Alabama, Florida, and Georgia anytime soon. So go get an X's and O's guys. Go get a scheme guy. They did that. Then this week I've already seen people saying, well, you're not going to scheme your way to a playoff. You're not going to get past Florida and Alabama with that. And I wanted to have the Jim Mora quote, playoff. Let me put this in perspective for you. Tennessee is like an Olympic runner, okay? An Olympic runner that got hit by a bus. So let me show you. That's Tennessee right now. Now, let's say he wakes up like that and says, can I run in the Olympics? The doctor's going to say, let's see if we can just get you on your feet first. Let's try and walk. So this idea that he's not going to scheme his way to a national championship, no, he probably isn't. But if he can scheme his way to 7 or 8 wins a year, I think with this recruiting budget, the in-state recruiting now, the facilities, I think the recruiting will start to go. You can hold me to that. If he's winning 7 or 8 games in a couple of years and his recruiting is terrible, I will have been wrong. When we come back, is Josh Heupel a bridge hire or a destination hire? We'll give our take next.